So everyone's hyping this new $20,000 to buy a home in Vegas program, but the truth behind it is not what people think. And if you don't know the catch, it can cost you way more than $20,000. So you're basically signing up for a second mortgage without even realizing it. One that you'll have to pay back when you sell or refinance. And most first-time home buyers won't stay in their home long enough for this thing to even make financial sense. So there's a cool cheat code I'll share in a minute that could really make this worthwhile. But first, we need to talk about what nobody else is saying. First, the family trap. Most first-time home buyers stay in their home between 2 to 5 years. So imagine this. You take the $20,000 today, you squeeze into a starter home, and then in 3 or 4 years later, your family grows and suddenly you're out of space and you have to move. So the moment you sell, that $20,000 gift gets paid back in its entirety before you receive any proceeds from the sale. And this is why this matters. If you haven't even come close to recouping the $20,000 benefit and payment savings that you saved from having the lower rate. So then comes the refinance trap. And honestly, this one's worse. So imagine if rates fell back into the 4s. You can't take advantage of them without paying the entire $20,000 back in cash when you close on the refi. So imagine everyone around you is refinancing into a lower rate and you're stuck paying more because this program that was supposed to help you. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Lenders love this. The longer they can keep you locked into a higher rate, the more they're going to profit. So whether you need to move up, relocate for work, or just lower your payment, if that happens in the first 3 to 5 years, this rate buy down doesn't come close to paying for itself. And that's the part nobody says out loud. But there is one version of this program that actually does work. Here's where the math actually gets interesting. So let's say your rate would have been 6%, but you use the $20K to buy down to 5 1/8. So on a $500,000 purchase, that lower rate drops your payment about $275 per month. And normally a buyer would just enjoy the savings, but the smart way to use this program is to ignore the cheaper payment, keep paying the higher 6% payment, and that extra $275 you pay each month goes straight to principal. So do that consistently. After about 8 years, your loan balance ends up roughly $40,000 lower. So if you had to sell, you could pay back that $20,000 and still pocket an extra $20,000 in equity. And over the life of the loan, if you kept up this strategy, it would shave about 6 years off your mortgage. So here's the bottom line. This program can help you, but only if your life is stable, predictable, and you're not counting on refinancing anytime soon. For anyone whose family might grow, whose career might shift, or who wants the flexibility to jump on lower rates if they do come down, this can absolutely come back to bite you. So don't get blinded by the big $20,000 graphic floating around online. This isn't free money. It's a tool, and like a chainsaw, it can come back and really hurt you. If you're thinking about using the Worker Advantage program, message me. I'll run the numbers, get you with our lender for your exact situation, and see if this makes sense.